I'm pretty refreshed on what we're talking about.
For sure. I bet. Alright, fuck it, let's go. So my name is Giuliano Argenti. This is MMA Now 27. And the fight week of UFC Fight Night, Strickland versus Hernandez is upon us. And I like this card a lot. I mean,
Me too.
In particular. I think it's one of those cards where, like, I mean, to be honest, I was gonna say there's not a weak link. I mean, there might be one or two, but even then, I think virtually everything's kind of, I don't see like a bad fight on here, to be honest.
Honestly, I see a lot of potential. There's a lot of fights that are like, oh, that's a good matchup. The great thing with MMA, and I'm not for sure if you talk about this or not, but the great thing with MMA to me is I can think someone's going to go out there and fight the way I think he's going to. Like, we could watch someone fight the same in every one, and then the next one he's completely different, and it changes everything. And it's like, I didn't know he was going to fight like that.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, I mean, I was, it's like, I mean, this year so far, I mean, I couldn't believe Diego Lopez, for example, like, he fought the same fight. Lopez.
Yep. I wasn't, when we talked about this, I wasn't for sure how much damage Volk could take again. And that's kind of what I was basing that matchup with.
Yeah.
Like, he looked really good and well-rounded against Gene Silva. He just didn't do that against Volk. People are like, you're an idiot for picking him. I was like, dude, I didn't fucking know he was going to fight like that.
Yeah. And it's like, because for me, it's like, I've been guilty of of picking, a fighter to win based on, what they should do to win and assuming that it's in their wheelhouse. For example, it's like you've never seen Pimlet really double leg somebody center octagon, but it's like, okay, Pimlet, like that's how but he kept it a striking fight. It's like,
I also thought like Pimlet's smart. Whether people like to admit it or not, he's smart.
Sure.
I really thought seeing where Gaethje has struggled, maybe strike, but you also have seen where he struggled. Why not use that?
Right, especially after he took the third round, and and Gaethje's expecting him to, to continue to strike. I mean, or for fuck's sake, at least listen to your corner. They're begging you to commit to a takedown.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like people don't talk about this, but Paddy did very well in the open. When he wasn't against the cage, Paddy did really good stuff. When he was using his jab, again, unorthodox striking, nothing really crazy technical, but he was really hanging with Gaethje in the middle of the octagon. But the eye pokes were a bad thing. Against the cage, he didn't do a great job of moving his head. But again, people don't talk about the other times in the middle of the octagon where he was doing really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
But it was overshadowed with against the cage, the eye pokes, it kind of overshadowed that. Also, not a good game plan. I mean, it's not a good game plan. Whether you think you're a good striker, I don't know why are you fighting the one way Gaethje can beat you?
Yeah, I thought
I don't get it.
And that's what I'm thinking. It's like I thought his game plan was was probably close to what I said. Striking till you see your opening, and he just got lost in the striking. I mean, which makes sense, but I was mad disappointed with Vinicius Oliveira, who it turned out was injured. And I believe he was injured, but bro, it's like Low Dog's been my boy since the Sokosh fight, and it's just like,
oh man, that fight's so weird to me. I talked about it in my live a couple days ago.
I love that fight, dude. He, it's like you're dealing with a guy that like doesn't know how to lose, and then I had him in all his fights after that. He had Ricky Simone on the back foot, Saeed.
Yep. Yeah, and again, like I said, I talked about it in my live stream a couple nights ago, or yesterday, I guess, where like people could be like, "Oh, you picked Vincius?" Yeah, I did. Vincius looked gassed in that first round, and it's not like Mario worked him. No, Low Dog legitimately just gassed. He just gassed, and that's what it is. Mario's been around long enough at this point. He's fought top competition at this point to where you can't make those mistakes, and that's what happened.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree. But all right, so okay, so let's get into this card because if I remember correctly, I think you and I probably agree on most fights except for the main event, and that'll be interesting. So all right, starting off this card, you got Carly Judas versus Juliana Miller. Do you wanna you go ahead?
Yeah, I really like Carly Judas in this one. I think she has really good output. I thought she beat Gabriel Hernandez, I believe she fought. I thought she beat
that
her.
Was her first. That was her debut.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she lost a split or she lost a decision.
She lost a split.
Yeah, I thought she won it. I thought her volume was really, really good. I thought she won it. Juliana Miller, I like her aggression. She's just a little bit too sloppy. She does have urgency, so she could make this fight close. But I like the output. I like the technical striking of Carly Judas. And I kind of think she beats up Juliana Miller as this fight goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I mean, it's like Juliana Miller, she entered the UFC. She beat, she did finish Rogan Walker. But Veronica Hardy, she lost to Veronica Hardy in her second fight. And Veronica Hardy is like, I think is a good barometer because Veronica Hardy's like, in terms of skill and everything, she's very mid-tier. So it's like, a win or a loss against her kind of dictates where somebody's going from then on. So then, so she loses a unanimous decision to her, goes on to get finished in the first round by Luana Santos.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. And I mean, she won a decision off Ivana Petrovic.
Yeah.
It doesn't really say much. Carly Judas and Gabriela Fernandez went on to finish Wang Kong.
Yep, after losing, I believe, the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I hate to go by, odds makers odds, but like, Wang Kong, it's minus 1,600 favorite.
Yep. Which, again, sometimes odds are weird, obviously.
Well, yeah, odds
finishing who Wayne Kong, who she finished, I don't think she should have been a minus 1,600 favorite against Gabriel Fernandez.
The darling of the China's PI, right? And it was, and odds makers, like I say, it's like, so I mean, as a professional gambler, I know that odds makers, their odds are not based on necessarily trying to be the most accurate. They're trying to entice the most people to bet. So they apply psychology when it comes to setting lines. And so know that enough people considered any WMMA fight to be a toss-up. So like they're gonna see that plus 850 on the other side of the minus 1,600 and bet that, which is why they have those lines like that.
Oh, okay.
It probably should have been like a minus 500 maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Gabrielle, that's a respectable loss as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And then head kick knockout over Eunice Dubin, who's like okay, but then I mean, finishing Nicole Cagliari was pretty impressive, dude.
The head kick against Dubin or whatever her last name is, that was impressive because of all the hype coming off the Contender Series for her. But that was pretty impressive. She looked really fast in that one.
Yeah, because she was coming off a first round knockout, minute 13 seconds over.
Flatline knockout too.
Out cold knockout.
Yeah.
And fucking Judas is top there. I think Judas is very good. I think I think she's like the perfect flyweight. She's she's 5'7", 68-inch reach. And yeah, man. I mean, I think honestly, I'm expecting a finish.
She should finish her. She should.
Yeah, you know what's super funny about her is her gym is called Head Kicks MMA.
Oh, Jesus. I think they made a remark, if I'm remembering correctly, after she head kicked her, I think they made a remark at some point in that fight about that. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, her grappling, I'm not too sure of. I mean, I think, you know, Miller she's trained at 10 playing jiu-jitsu, but I mean, she'd have to, I mean, even if she takes her round because she, like, holds her against the cage or she gets her down, I don't think Idiris is getting subbed.
I mean, if Miller wins a round, it's because she just went, like, blitz mode. She just was blitzing her, a lot of pressure, a lot of output, weird, a lot of openings, but that's how she can win a round. It's just being awkward. But I suspect as this fight goes, I think Carly's gonna beat her up.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, you know, and I think Carly's defensive striking is good enough to deal with any, like, you know, to deal with, like, just outright for, you know, like blitzing or forward pressure. All right, cool. So both on Carly Judas. All right, so next fight, I think it's gonna be a slaughter, bro. Yadier Delija versus Jordan Levitt.
Yes. This fight's fun because I like Jordan Levitt. Like, I don't mind him. The problem is in this one is Jordan Levitt is an awkward striker. He's weird. Not really any power. His grappling's pretty good. He's not a big submission threat. Again, the issue is Del Valle or whatever his name is, Yadier. Yeah, he's better everywhere. Where Jordan is good, Yadier's better, and he's so much better.
I agree. Yeah. I think you know, and it's like, you know, he wasn't, you know, he came out of LFA, which I mean, I give LFA a lot more credit than, you know, some of my peers.
Yep.
Remember Combat Casual? He did that panel with Frankie.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, he's my boy. And he thinks LFA is just, like, kind of garbage. But
it just depends what fights you watch.
No, sometimes I agree. I disagree with LFA being garbage, but you know, I think that the Jordan Levitt, you know, he had, you know, he's got an win by Anaconda choke in LFA, arm triangle on Contender Series. He got kind of a lucky slam KO in his UFC debut.
Yep. Where Matt Weidman held on too long. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Same. I mean, that happened to Zach Reese with Runman.
Yep. But, shit. At least that was an armbar. At least that was a submission. Weidman just jumped on top of him.
Backed up an armbar and then got slammed. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. You know, and it's like he's a fan of the triangle choke and a fan of the Anaconda. In his last fight, he beat Kurt Holloway with an Anaconda choke. But,
well,
you know,
the problem.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the problem. It's okay. I'm sorry. The problem is Kurt Holloway was susceptible to those things. He's susceptible to being taken down, controlled, or being submitted. I mean, it's happened so many times. So that win is like, you kept your job, but that doesn't like, really show me.
And it's like, you know, it wins aside from you know, a TKO over Victor Martinez by strikes have been, you know, wins and losses have both been by submission for Levitt.
Yep.
Like, you know, Pinlet by rear naked choke beat him. Same with Chase Hooper, rear naked choke first round.
Yep.
You know, he did
those are more impressive to me because he is a good grappler. Levitt is a good grappler.
Yeah.
So those meant a lot to me because, okay, cool. I mean, you showed me how good your submission skills are.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, it's like he's good, but he's not great. He's like
exactly.
Round, so Pinlet second round, so but like the thing with Del Valle is that, like, I mean, he's still undefeated, right? And I had him in his debut, UFC debut.
What a shit show, huh?
Yeah, well, Connor Matthews is trash. I mean, the Isaac Dolgarian fight. A lot of people think that was, you know, It's like we're not gonna know for years whether or not,
You want to know my opinion on that? I mean, so many. I hear all the red flags. I hear all the stuff that had happened. You watch that fight and how hard Isaac Bulgarian was fighting out of those chokes. I don't give a fuck who you are. At some point, you can't keep defending. At some point, dude, that rear naked choke he had in for a straight, 3 minutes? And then he kept peeling it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he flattened him out, didn't he?
He kept fighting. It's not like he got it and he gave up. No. He kept fighting. That wasn't like a Derek Minner situation,
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that one's frustrating to me because I think it takes away from what a good win that is.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. And I mean, I don't think that I mean, I think that's one of those, like I say, I hate to bring up odds, but like the odds makers aren't paying attention to that, bro.
Oh yeah.
Or they are, and they think that the fix is in again, like regardless,
Dude, I picked the Idiris to win because of his strength and because of how physically strong he is when he's grappling especially against Isaac. I watched him go back to toe to toe with Rodriguez.
Yeah, and I thought he won that fight, to be honest, but it was still.
Yeah, I thought it should have been a draw, but there's an argument he won for sure. I don't think Rodriguez should have gotten a nod, but we've seen him grapple, and I know Idiris is so much stronger, so much more physical.
Yeah,
so I wasn't surprised.
Going into that fight too, I didn't see Bulgarian, being the guy to look for a submission the way Idiris does.
Yep.
So yeah, man.
I like him a lot. I do like him.
Yeah, I do too. He's only a year young. He's 29. Levitt's 30, but Levitt's so up and down.
Did he start his career late? I'm surprised he's 29.
Dude, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got 10 professional fights to Levitt's 15. Levitt's 10 and 3. But no, he was in Fury. He beat Michael Aswell back.
When did he start his career?
His amateur career he started in 2016.
Oh, that's fucking okay.
So yeah, he's got 4 amateur fights.
Okay.
His professional.
He turned pro when? 2019. Oh shit, 7 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just hasn't been crazy active in 7 years.
I mean, yeah, no, he had almost a 2-year break between his.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
That
makes sense.
No, he was already in Fury, and then he stayed there for a while. And then they canceled 2 fights against the same opponent, and I guess he offered a contender series fight, which he won unanimous decision.
Okay.
And then he debuted against Conor Matthews, and I mean, it seems like the guy's been. I mean, because this is his 3rd fight in. So he debuted in May against Conor Matthews. Fought in November against Bulgarian, and now I mean, it's only been.
Okay, so he's making up for lost time. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Probably also wants to, stake any corruption.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, this dude's, he's good. So, all right, so we got out of here for a while. All right, this next fight, I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly nervous about this pick, but so we got Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani versus Phil Rowe.
Phil Rowe. Yep. Short notice fight too. He was supposed to fight Austin Vanderford.
Oh.
Jean Paul was.
Oh, really? Okay. So Phil Rowe was short notice replacement.
Yep.
Vanderford probably would have killed this thing. Like.
Did you watch Jean Paul in the Contender Series?
I did. I just.
My goodness.
I mean, he's good. He's good. And I mean, what I think.
I don't trust Vanderford's chin to save my own life. His chin's weird.
Sure. Well, I mean,
good wrestler.
It's a good thing he's not the one fighting, though.
Yep.
So like, okay, so Jean Paul, dude, he's got, he definitely has an interesting resume because he's got. I mean, this dude has entirely finishes except for one unanimous decision win in LFA, and I mean, his. I'm looking at his LFA career. He did get he did lose by doctor stoppage.
Yep.
No, it wasn't his third fight. Yeah, he would switch promotions a bit because he debuted in the LFA, won by triangle choke 2018, won a knockout by punches. He'll do straight grappling matches too on the side.
Yep.
He won one by guillotine, but Cody Steele subbed him by rear naked choke and another. He's back to LFA, first round sub by guillotine. Arm lock sub, which is that's an impressive.
Yeah.
Sure. I was looking at a couple of his LFA fights, like the most recent from actually last year. The dude's been super active too.
Yep.
He took almost a year off. He was on a 2-fight win streak in LFA. It took almost a year off. Comes back April of last year. First round triangle choke win. Beat and then on the contender series, dude, he knocked Jack Congdon out in the first round.
Oh, dude, it was nasty.
Yeah,
it was nasty.
And and I mean the fact that Vanderford lost because Vanderford was on kind of a he got subbed by
Brahimaj.
Yeah,
Brahimaj.
Brahimaj on his card.
Dude, that guy's fun, man.
Yeah,
that guy's fun.
And so Phil Rowe is a guy, dude. So I had Angelusa I mean, I had Co beating him, which definitely happened, But before that, I did have Angelusa winning, and Angelusa was winning, bro.
He was.
And then
people forget to talk about that. I hate when that happens because it's like, oh, this guy's dominating, and then he loses, and it's like, oh, congratulations, the guy came back and won.
Yeah.
How was I supposed to know?
No, for sure. And I mean, it's like what that tells me is that, it's like, I mean, because look, dude, like Phil Rowe's been in the UFC a while, right?
Yep.
And I mean, he really, he started off, I mean, he had a knockout in the contender series way back in 2019, but then he lost to Gabe Green, who I had beating Camilo, but Gabe Green's fucking Gabe Green, bro. He's never been that good. And then he missed weight, but he won. He got a knockout on Orion Kashe, who you haven't heard that name in a minute. Knocks out Jason Wade, knocks out Nico Price, who might be the only one in that division.
You better talk about that Nico Price fight. That Nico Price fight's weird because Nico almost finished Phil Rowe.
Mm-hmm.
And then so it was like, oh God, this guy.
Yeah. No, it's similar to almost to the Angelusa fight.
Yeah. Similar to that one. Yep.
Yeah. And then, and then he goes on to, I mean, he took Neil Magny to a split decision, but lost. Jake Matthews couldn't finish him. Angelusa, Angelusa was about to win a 30-27, and then less than a minute left, he knocked him out because Angelusa just...
Dude, he kept hurting Phil Rowe, too. He was looking really good. And there's been multiple moments where Losa's and then he pulls it off or wins or goes to a decision, whatever. Sure. Phil Rowe it was a beautiful finish sequence for Phil Rowe, but it's like, dude, you keep selling me on this every time.
What's weird about Phil Rowe too is that he does these grappling matches, right?
Yeah.
On the side, he loses. He hasn't won a single one.
That's okay if he's learning, but even if he gets taken out, like he got taken out by KO, really didn't do anything. Kind of a turtle down there, didn't do nothing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I don't know. I think he took that fight on short notice. I do not think that was a scheduled fight. I think he took that fight on short notice. The KO one. The KO.
Oh. You're talking about against
Phil Rowe against KO.
Oh, against Co,
yeah.
Yeah, Korean dude. Yeah,
pretty sure it was a short notice.
He got fucking mauled.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that guy, and credit to Co, he did the same thing to Obon Elliott,
Yeah, well, apparently that's just what we do with Jonathan McAuliffe. Yeah, apparently that's just what happens to Obon Elliott at this point in his career.
Well, I mean, dude, it's like things can happen to a fighter.
Man.
We'll get to this because, I mean, this is my argument for Reese against Michel Pereira. Also, and you see it happen with like Kopilov. You see it happen with where it's like you saw it happen to Dominic Reyes. Like he arguably beats John Jones but loses, right?
Yeah.
And then he just gets like knocked out by Jan, knocked out by Yuri, and then in the darkest of the dark hole that he was in, finished by Ryan Spann.
Yeah. I do have to say I did think John won. I thought he won the third round, and that's the close one.
I honestly think John Jones won that fight too, and that's a fight where, bro, it's like I've probably definitely either side of 10 times have gone back and watched that fight and scored it.
Yeah, because Dominic Reyes slows down in the third round. That's the deciding round.
For sure.
I will say, it's hard when you talk about Dominic Reyes. If you think he won, fine. It's a close fight. It's not a robbery. It's one round. It can't be a robbery with one round. Mm-hmm. The one thing I will say is with John Jones, look at his opponents. Who has been successful after they fought John? There hasn't been many.
Not Gustafsson. Not I mean,
DC, maybe? DC?
At heavyweight, yeah.
At heavyweight.
Yeah.
There hasn't, like, Reyes came back years later.
Santos, that's a good point.
Santos, Smith, no. Glover, not till way later.
Yeah.
So it's hard to judge Dominic Reyes after that because, like, that happens to everybody.
And then,
it's the person you fight.
To Reyes' credit, dude, he was on a bit of a revenge streak. I mean, Anthony Smith, like, was gonna lose.
Ugh.
He's
coming back. Did you hear that?
This though, and that Reyes, and the Jacobe first round knockout. That's not nothing. And then
that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
And then Krylov, dude, I thought the Krylov win, especially now that Krylov just finished Modestas Bukowski, so I thought he would win that fight.
Cool. I picked Reyes simply because Krylov blitzes a lot, and I thought Reyes could catch him, and that's what happened.
I was nervous, and but then I mean, and then people say Carlos Over is boring. He just fucking flatlined Dominic Reyes.
Again, it's a hard one to judge because Reyes has been known to get flatlined. Also, Reyes fought awful. He kept blitzing Olberg when that's not what you do. So the knockout doesn't mean too much. It doesn't mean too much. He didn't fight great against Jan. He didn't fight great against.
I thought the Jan fight was actually. It's like there have been fights with Jan. Jan's like a lot of the time, bro. Dude is so close to a draw, or he's just like.
Oh gosh.
Dude, I was live watching. I went to UFC 323. So
shit.
I'm watching this shit live, and Guskov, like that first round was Guskov's, even though it was close, and then the second round was dominantly his, and then the third round was dominantly Jan's, but it was a 29. Should have been a 29-28. Dude.
Yeah. I thought it was clearly Buskov to win 29-28.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, a close first round doesn't mean it's a draw. You know what I mean? Exactly. I will say this. I think Jan he's good enough to make good fighters fight to his level, which sometimes isn't good. Yeah, like
in the aspect.
I thought, dude, for the longest time, I really was convinced that was a bullshit. That there was a robbery and that Pereira.
With what?
When Alex Pereira fought Jan. It was Pereira's first fight at 205. And I thought Jan had won. I mean, I my money was on Pereira, so I was like, all right, well, this is some dirty money. I just won, but But it's like you go back and watch it, dude, and it's just like it actually is his fight. Close, but.
Yeah, it was a close fight. I thought Alex won, but it's weird because of the takedowns. The problem is Jan does nothing with the takedowns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. If he sits up and throws a couple of hammer fists, he probably wins the fight.
Yeah.
Because the rounds are weird.
He's one of those guys that, like, he's at the age he's at, and he can there's, like, a brief period. Because, like, I was saying this, I did, like, a post-show, whatever the card was where Salikov knocked out Carlos Leal. Yeah, this dude Andrew, he was talking about how power is the last thing to go.
Yep.
So like, it's and so there's like a period where it's like cardio might fade, other things might fade, but you still got power and you got the timing that comes with the decades of fight IQ. It's like Jim Miller is like sort of you know, he's been in that place where it's like, you know, he'll still win the occasional fight off that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so I mean, Phil Rowe in this fight against John Paul, I think, dude, it's like Phil Rowe. I mean, you know, he's got a fucking chin for sure. It's not, you know,
he does get wobbled a lot. He does get off balance a lot.
Like, yeah, it's like, you know, and people are, it's like, okay, well, if he can survive long enough for his opponent to gas like against him, so, you know, and he, dude, he doesn't know. So it's like having a long reach can be a disadvantage as often as an advantage. He doesn't. You know, he's a guy that like really doesn't get power on shit. Like he doesn't have. He really just doesn't have Muay Thai because it's like, you know, he can't throw elbows, like, you know. Like,
he also doesn't move his head. I think that's the biggest problem with Phil Rowe. He doesn't move his head.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good jab.
You know, I mean, you know, 6'3". I mean, there's other welterweights that size, but like they're in the minority. 6'3", 80.5 inch reach.
Oh
like,
man, yeah.
Not be able to get power on shit unless you can get a full extension. He doesn't throw fast enough for that, you know.
Nope.
And,
I think he's always thinking about the takedown. I think he's always thinking, "Oh, these guys shoot. I want to be ready."
Yeah,
that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, because he gets, you know, he on the ground, he's not good, bro. He's just, you know.
Yep.
And I mean, especially against guys that are, you know, even in the conversation as being elite, you know, when it comes to grappling. I mean, let me just look at the. I mean, his, you know, Phil Rowe's takedown defense 50% is not, you know, I mean, it's not great. He also, you know, I mean, they're saying that, I mean, so significant strike percentage for Jean Paul is 78, right? But he also lands 9.71 strikes per minute, which is very high output. Absorbs 5.29 to Phil Rowe's 4.12, but
he's also going to be much faster.
Yeah. 9.71 per minute is, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That means he's going to the body, he's going to the face, and he gets, he gets inside, you know, Phil Rowe, and it's like Phil Rowe's pretty defenseless there. And you know, he's got to do that, and he can do it with kicks too, because, you know, he's at an 8.5 inch reach disadvantage, but leg reach is only a half inch back. And I wish the UFC would show leg reach on the tail of the tape, because it is very significant.
It is, especially with guys who use it. Especially.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I really think that John Paul, I mean, you know, you got to be careful with guys debuting. You know, you get fraud checks, Musasa, get Cody Steele, you know, against guys that aren't like the greatest, but they're, you know, they have their ups and downs, like Wrong Zhu against Cody Steele. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm on John Paul for this.
Yeah, me too.
And, you too, right?
Yep, me too.
All right, so next fight is I'm actually excited for this next fight a lot, because so you got Ramiz Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. I'll go first just because I want to say, like, Soriano he's got these weird moments, like when he, you know, I mean, so it's like, you know, people bring up the Idiris fight where he won 31 seconds, but it's like you think about certain fights like Themba Gorimbo versus Vicente Luque, and it's like one man walks into another man's fist, you know. Like, you know, it's almost, you know, it's almost more on the loser, you know. I mean, you know, he won his Contender Series fight against Jamie Pickett. You know, his
Yikes.
Oh my God, that guy.
Oh God.
Dude, when he was fighting for his career against Eric Anders and
God.
Like,
dude, he had him. He hurt Anders really bad and does nothing about it.
Yeah, that dude.
Nothing. I'm like, what are you doing?
Dude, imagine being a UFC champ. Like, that's just your
life.
Oh
God. And then we have to hear about fucking Bo Nichols submitting him with the worst technique I've ever seen in my life.
Leaping, flying squirrel style, like, and
man,
Jamie Pickett had the instinct to dodge the first one.
Yeah.
you know, and you know, the thing is though, I mean, all right, so Soriano comes in, left hooks Oscar Piachota.
Yep, looks really, really good. Yep.
Yeah, it looks good. He knocks out Dusko Todorovic.
Yep.
You know, nobody knew could grapple until that last fight.
Yep.
You know, loses to Brendan Allen to take him to a decision, split decision loss.
He got fucked.
Yeah.
He was 8-0, and the UFC's like, yeah, here's Brandon Allen. What?
Yeah.
I'm not a big Brandon Allen guy, but what are you doing?
I think
what are you doing?
I think the thing about Brendan Allen is he's very tenacious, and even when he loses, he doesn't make it gosh people. You know, except for Sean Strickland, which we'll get to later.
It's the only Sean Strickland finish there is, and it pisses me off.
It's not the only one there is. Right before he fought Izzy, he TKO'd Abu after
Abu gassed out of beating him up in the first round.
Yeah, I think he we'll get to this, but I think he let Abu's unload everything he could, trying to sign him up, knowing he couldn't hurt him.
Yep, 100%.
Like Trevin Giles versus Process, where
oh Jesus,
it's like yeah, he technically won the first round. It means fuck off. But yeah, so Soriano, what makes me because I locked him against Veretennikov just because of how shit Veretennikov turned out to be. Despite the ego price win, which he needed to stay in the promotion. The rear naked choke win that Stoltzfus pulled off after, so back-to-back losses, Roman Kopylov by knockout and Stoltzfus by rear naked choke, right? Then he beats Miguel Baeza, which is like kind of not shit. The Medic fight is like somewhat of an anomaly, but I really do feel that Medic just being retarded. Veretennikov, that was kind of a boring like wrestling match, to be honest.
Yeah.
And and like now Ramiz on the other hand, okay. Because people talk about Soriano being like this wrestler, being like this guy, but like Ramiz is a guy that looks for fucking subs. Like he's not.
Well, he's a finisher, like through and through. That's what he is. He's a finisher.
And it's like, he can get sort of, a lot of that, like in his losses, I would say that like, he got a kind of a random injury in his debut against Max Christian. But rear naked choke. The Corey McGee fight was weird, but
that was weird. Weird.
Subs Michael Gilmore in the first round. Themba Garimbo just kind of confounded him by keeping distance and won a decision. Right hook to Mickey Gall. I mean, it's not the greatest, but dude, the Billy Ray Goff fight was where I was like, all right, this guy is like. I
picked Brahimaj simply because Billy Ray Goff makes a lot of weird decisions in the moment. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? And then being the finisher that Brahimaj is.
I'm not gonna lie, I had Goff going in.
And I get it. Yeah,
Ramiz surprised me with that guillotine. I did pick him to beat Vanderford. Because Vanderford's grappling was in question.
Oh no, I actually picked Vanderford because of his grappling. I thought he'd be able to hold down Brahimaj, and I'm not a Vanderford guy at all. And I was just like, Court McGee was able to hold him down. And he beat the piss out of Vanderford. I was happy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I think it's that same like finishing instinct that's gonna, similar to Stoltzfus subbing Soriano. It's like, I think on the feet Soriano is good but limited. I think
very limited. Yes.
Yeah, and I think Brahimaj, I think Brahimaj is a good enough striker that if you just had a kickboxing, it's like first round was kickboxing rules. I think Brahimaj would win, and so therefore it's like Soriano's gonna do what he knows, which is to wrestle. But as a grappler overall, the dude is not. He doesn't have a single win by submission.
No.
In the UFC.
No.
And and that's really that's the thing. It's like he has power on strikes, but so does Brahimaj.
Yeah. I have Brahimaj by guillotine because Soriano's going to want to go for takedowns. He's going to be tired. He's going to get caught with the guillotine.
I think he could do that. I even think Brahimaj can scramble and take them back. But
that's true too. I think he has 10 subs 6 in the first round, I think it is.
He got
Something
0
like that.
decision wins, 92% submissions, 8% TKO. So he just, he doesn't fuck around. Like, you know, when it comes to looking for a finish.
Soriano has a great left hand. That's really it.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. They 3.42 strikes absorbed per minute for both of them. So they absorb the same number of strikes. Grappling.
It's the takedowns where it's different.
Yes. I mean, 48% to 40, but then submission average 1.99 to 0.14. You know, it's takedown average is about the same. I mean, it's just like, I think it's Brahimaj's fight to lose or win, and like, you know, the dude's on a 3-fight win streak, all by finish. You know, I mean, he beats Soriano, he could be talking about a ranked opponent next.
I hope so. He's fun. I hope so.
Yeah, no, he is. He's very, and I think his adjustments are really good too. Like,
because he's well rounded.
Yeah, definitely. And so we both got Brahimaj versus Travis Lutter, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Soriano's extreme couture, and extreme couture is hit or miss, to be honest. I mean,
I also heard an interview with Soriano. I think it was a little while ago, a couple months ago, and Soriano, I think Matt Serra was talking to him, and he asked him, "Would you think about changing the camp if stuff wasn't going right, or do you just trust the coaching staff?" And I really didn't like his answer about adjustments and fixing stuff if he needed to. He kind of just seemed a little stagnant where he was at. That worries me a lot.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, he fought lazy against Veretennikov and won that. He put that on Veretennikov.
I mean, he fought lazy against Miguel Baeza too. Like, he won, sure, but you could have finished him.
Yeah,
you're 33 years old. You'll be 34 this year.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I agree. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that answer either. So, all right. So we're both on Brahimaj. All right. So next fight is Nora Cornolle or whatever it is versus Joselyne Edwards.
Oh yeah, Nora Cornolle. Like that?
It's just French. It's actually pronounced Cornolle.
Cornolle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's fucking. She's 36. Slight height and 3-inch reach disadvantage. I think Joselyne Edwards will fight for the belt at some point, dude. I think Joselyne Edwards is very good.
What a career turnaround for Joselyne Edwards. I think how she wins this is just volume, pressure.
Well, I forget that this is a rematch too. She fought Nora Cornolle and lost by unanimous decision in 2023.
And she's a totally different fighter from back then. Totally different.
Definitely.
Crazy career. She's super exciting now. It's weird.
She used to miss weight a lot. She has 2 split decision wins, but she missed weight, and then she lost to Nora Cornolle, lost to Alden Perez, but then came back. She's finishing Samir Svidal. She fit the Chelsea Chandler fight was sick, bro.
Oh yeah.
Throw left hook, right hook, that first round knockout, and then the Priscilla Cachoeira fight. You know, that was a sick.
Dude, she beat her up. Like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude, like, people, you know, because people inevitably will bitch about WMMA in general. And it's like, I always say, it's like, there's 25% of the roster of just all, you know, women in UFC in particular that justify WMMA. You know what I mean? And I would put Joselyne Edwards in there. You know, and Carly Judas too. But I mean, I think Nora Cornolle could survive 3 rounds, you know, but
at times she has weird power. At times, but she's not consistent.
No, I mean,
whether she's winning or not.
I mean, they both beat Melissa Mullins by finish. I'm on this way, but like.
That's the fight where I think her and Joselyne were going back and forth. I think there was some bad blood in that one. I think.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. She
Nora
hurt her and submitted her.
Yeah, Nora's missed. They both missed weight a bunch of times. It's it's women's bantamweight, so it's like there's no more featherweight division. So
yeah, I think Joselyne's at a better place right now. I think she's the better fighter right now.
Yeah, she's I mean, at 30 years old, to Nora's 36. On this fight finishing when she Nora just lost to Carol Rosa by decision. I mean, rear naked choke on Haley Cowan, which is to me is
Cohen. Yep, Haley Cohen.
Yeah.
Big hype coming into UFC. Not great.
Yeah, and then lost to Jamie Lynn Horth. I mean, that was Jamie Lynn Horth's another one like Veronica Hardy, where it's if you want to keep somebody who's going up or down, that you
yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Oof.
She had a kind of a war in the contender series early on, but had a talented. But I mean, the best to me, Nora, the best that she's ever looked, honestly, was losing a split decision to Jacqueline Cavalcanti, who I think is also really good. But it's I mean, I think she's limited everywhere, and I think Joselyne Edwards is maybe improving with every fight, to be honest.
Yep. I also will say, I have a hard time picking fighters that recently seem like they're having a hard time pulling the trigger, and it seems like Nora's having that hard time right now. And I can't pick her. I can't.
Yeah, I agree. Would you say her best days are behind her? Because
I would say so, because she doesn't let her hands go. You see her hesitant all the time. That's a scary thing.
Yeah, I agree. You see it with certain women can fight till they're burger into their early 40s. Angela Hill got her first finish in fucking a decade.
Her only submission finish against Luciano.
Yeah.
Ooh, Pinheiro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or fuck, I can't remember.
I think she mounted guillotined her.
No, I think wasn't it a standing guillotine?
I think she went to the mount and choked her out. I think so.
But anyway though, somebody like her, and then but then it's somebody there was a point where Holly Holm was deadly,
Oh boy.
And then, but then it's just it's now it's she's the stepping stone,
Yep.
yep. I don't know if she even I don't think they cut her, but I mean, it's Kayla Harrison's debut against her was solid. But yeah, all right. So we both got Joselyne Edwards.
Yep.
By probable domination. All right. So this next fight, I actually like this next fight a lot. Flyweight fight. Alden Coria versus Luis Gurule.
Yep. Gurule. I think it's Gurule, something like that.
G-U.
I think it's Gurule.
Okay.
I
mean, the thing about that is I'd have his name pronunciation down if if he was on a 2-fight losing streak. So all right, so Ode Osbourne finishes him TKO with strikes in his debut. I mean, that's not an easy debut.
Correct.
But, the Nick Piccinini fight on the Contender Series that he won by split decision. If I remember correctly, that was close enough to call either way.
I thought Nick won. I thought he pretty clearly won, but that was for surely Gurule's best performance.
Yeah, because I was being gentle with my phrasing of that, but I remember that Nick won too.
Yeah, I thought Nick won.
Jesus Aguilar, who I've always liked Jesus Aguilar. I remember becoming aware of Fight Fairy because I think her and I were the only people I knew that had him against Stuart Nickel
Yep.
And I mean that's a guy that debuted they gave him Tetsuro Tire in his fucking debut, so it's But then knocks out Shannon Ross in 17 seconds, and it's
yikes.
You, me, and your paralyzed uncle all knocked out Shannon Ross.
Yeah.
But, and then Mateus Mendoza fight was close.
Oh, that Mendoza fight was not close. Mendoza won that fight.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. He looked really good in that matchup, and they gave it to Jesus. I was like, ugh.
You think they gave it to? I mean, they're both Mexican, aren't they? Like, is that
right? I think he's Brazilian.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I think Mendoza's Brazilian.
Some corruption down there, maybe. But I don't know. Yeah, Aguilar missed weight, barely beat Nickel, and then he lost to Rafael Esteban, but that was a competitive fight. Esteban, I think, missed weight by like 5. He's always missing weight at 5.
If you lose to Rafael, I assume that guy gets you into a grappling match, and he's gonna win those fights. That's the reality. Yeah, he's going to win those fights,
and that is what happened. And so, but anyway, and then Jesus, comes back and he beats Luis Gurule, who, I never saw the potential in him. I mean, he's a flyweight sized flyweight, 5'5", 64-inch reach. Coria is a bit bigger at 5'8", 3 inches of reach on him. What I like, dude, Coria was, he came straight into the UFC off Fury, and what a fucking debut against Alessandro Costa, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He looked awesome.
Yeah, he did. And Costa won at least probably the first round. I'm trying to remember if he would. I don't think Coria was down. It might have been 1-1 going into the third.
I thought Coria started the fight out good, and then Costa made it a little closer in the second. But it was still Coria's momentum, and then he ended up beating him up in the third and finishing him.
Yeah, I think, dude, this is one of those fights where it's just on its face, it's basically like a mismatch. And so, I think this is, because it's like, you look at Gurule's 0-2 on a 3-fight contract. So it's like, to keep his job, it's like, he would need a spectacle finish over a guy who got a spectacle finish, on a ranked opponent, basically. And also, dude, Coria, he absorbs 1.11 strikes per minute to Gurule's.
Yep, great head movement.
Yeah, no, his fundamentals are crazy.
And I think the big problem with this, I will say that, the big problem, I think, for Gurule in this one is the leg kicks. I think he's gonna light that leg up. I think that sets up everything for Coria in this matchup.
Do you know if Gurule's southpaw or orthodox?
I think it's right hand forward, I believe.
Yeah, southpaw. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider when you talk about leg kicks for sure.
Yeah. And I believe Coria can switch stances as well. Pretty sure he was doing that against Costa. I mean, his output's high enough too, where it's like, he lands 3.89 to Gurule's 4.93, but has a high percentage of significant strikes. And I don't know how much damage. I don't know how much damage Gurule can take. I don't know how much big shots from Coria he can take.
Yeah, I also just don't know how much he's gonna how much he's gonna be able to land on him. You got a guy, like you said, beating him up with calf kicks.
Yep. Surprising him with the takedown.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, his takedowns are very well placed. He's 100% takedown accuracy.
Yeah.
And way higher takedown defense. He's not a submission guy yet. That we've seen, but once again, I think it's like I said with Brahimaj, it's like his fight to win or lose. I think he's a total.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So we wrote down Coria. All right, so the next one. This is a fight that's it's a little bit iffy to me. Another fight. O'Day Osbourne versus Alibi and Idiris.
Yes.
What do you think?
It's a tricky one. It's because O'Day he's very fast. He has not great striking, but his speed is the difference. the biggest X factor for me is, how do you pronounce the guy's name?
I just say Alibi Idiris.
Alibi. Okay, Alibi. I like his grappling. And O'Dace has been submitted a few times at this point.
Yeah.
I think he gets rear naked choked in this matchup. I think he gets his back taken and controlled for a minute and then submitted.
See, I see that argument, and I mean that's the definite threat for him. The thing is with Idiris, his debut was the tough for
Joseph Morales,
and he was. I mean, everything pointed to him winning by submission, and then he got backpacked and subbed.
I had Morales winning 100%. 100%. I think he was even my lock for that card for my picks.
Yeah, I hope you bet that. Jesus, he was like a plus 750 or some shit.
Yeah, I picked him because we had seen him before in the UFC. He was a grappler.
Yeah,
and I knew that's where he was going to be successful. I'm pretty sure he was my lock for that card.
Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, that was that card was trying to remember. Was that Dreykus Hamzat? Pretty sure it was.
It may have been because it was both Ultimate Fighter finals.
Yeah.
Because that Danilo.
Yeah, 319. Yep. That's the first one.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember, dude. I had dude, that fucking fight was my only goddamn. I was a fight from sweeping that card, and right. So yeah, I didn't go live for a fight companion until like a couple fights in. I thought Korean Silva won a robbery, but I was like, fuck it, like I had picked Silva.
Yeah.
And I had picked Drakkar close, and a lot of people were against me on that. But I just remember, I lost. I had two wrong on that because I had picked Chase Hoover to beat Hernandez, which he was doing, and then I hate fucking Alexander Hernandez, but yeah, no, I remember I named my fight companion like the No Alibi fight companion.
Yep.
Wordplay with this fucking asshole's name. But yeah, I mean, dude, I hear you on the grappling threat to Osbourne. And it's just that, like, and I mean, Morales is definitely a better grappler than O'Day Osbourne for sure.
Yeah.
I just think I didn't like the striking in the beginning of that fight against Morales either.
You could honestly, I think, chalk that up to nerves. We'll find out in this one if it was nerves or not, but I think he knew that Morales was going to try to grapple with him, and I just don't think he had an answer for that type of pressure and control by Morales. And the biggest thing with O'Day is his speed. He's so fast.
Yeah.
But he is susceptible to being submitted. He is.
He definitely is. He definitely has a chance. I mean, he won that split decision over Charles Johnson, and Johnson hit him hard. In that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was.
He technically is on a 3-fight losing streak, but he should be 3-0.
No,
it should be 3-0.
Well, actually,
or 2-1, whatever it was.
Yeah, the Urseg fight, dude. I had locked Urseg, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I thought O'Day won. I thought O'Day beat Ronaldo Rodriguez. I think his name is. I thought he beat him as well.
So he was on a 3-fight losing streak. Then he knocked out Gurule. And then lost to Urseg, so
Yeah. So I thought he beat Urseg, and I thought he beat Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, before that, the back-to-back submission losses from
Jafal Filio.
And Asu. Yeah, I mean, he's been knocked out, but not in a while. Manel Cobb, Tyson.
That guy knocks out everybody.
Yeah. Sick,
yeah, that guy's awesome. I like. He's my dark horse. He's my dark horse.
Yeah, man, could be seriously. But yeah, as far as this fight goes, dude, I just think I mean, just the way O'Day looked against Urseg, and I mean, I feel like at some point, dude's fighting for his job, right? I mean, yeah, the group will win, but it's it's a weird one to me. I mean, he went up to bantamweight in that fight against Serghei, which is weird. They both fought at bantamweight, which is, I guess.
I think he even dropped Serghei on that one, didn't he?
Yeah,
I heard him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and it's like, Idiris is, he's only an inch shorter at 5'6". He's got, the thing is the 5 inches of reach advantage that O'Day has.
I think he gets submitted in the first. If it goes past that first round, I think O'Day finds that timing. I just think Idiris is going to be weird. He's going to be awkward, but I think he's going to submit him.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I just think, like I said, I didn't like what I saw of his striking,
Fair.
But yeah, man, I mean, we'll see. So we got our first disagreement.
Yep.
But I'm like probably my least confident pick on the guy.
Yeah, I'm not confident in my pick either. So.
This next fight I was kind of toiling over, but I'm a bit more secure now. You had Chidi and Njokuani versus Carlos Leal.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This one's tough for me. I'm a big Chidi guy. For one, I love his nickname, Chidi Bang Bang. I think that's just so sick. I love his technique. He has awesome moments in some fights, even in losses, like the incredible knee by Rodriguez. That knee alone, that knee by Chidi to Rodriguez, is literally how Bruno Pereira knocked Rodriguez, because Rodriguez came back too soon. Literally how that KO came about. But gosh, I think as long as Chidi doesn't brawl with Carlos, it should be a kickboxing clinic for Chidi. He's better on the outside.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I was talking to my friend about this, and he was trying to tell me that like Chidi has to knock him out early, and I'm saying to myself like, okay, wait, so it's like Leal debuted against Renat. I think Renat won that fight.
I thought Carlos Leal clearly won 2-1. I was surprised when he didn't get it.
Well, I mean, the problem with that fight was like the judges were all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah, that was fucking weird, because it wasn't a 30-27 one judge had it as that.
Yeah,
no. Anyway, like, but being as close as it was, I mean, Carlos Leal in a distance fight, Chidi, besides for Zaleski dos Santos, right? In his last win, he's a guy that like his wins are mostly by decision. I mean, well, early on, when he was at middleweight, it was a bit different. He was on a 4-fight win streak, and then he, RoboCop knocked him out. He had a split decision, lost to fucking Albert Duraya, lost to Oleg Sachuk, and then he goes down to welterweight, barely beats Reese McKee, dominated Jared Gooden, knocks out
I will stop you. The Reese McKee, it was not a split. He controlled every second of that matchup, and the judges gave it a split. It is not a split decision.
Yeah. I mean, I thought he looked a lot better than Reese McKee. I thought he was a step ahead everywhere. I mean, he's legitimately like, very good.
Dude, his technique is some beautiful shit to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I'm such a fan of his ability to strike.
I like his
sometimes
a lot too.
Yeah.
Yep. But his striking is crisp, man, and he's, and the thing with Leal is like, Leal is, in my mind, what they call a glass cannon. I mean, it's like sure he's gonna knock out Morono in one round, but like Muslim Salikov knocks you out with a right, not a spinning back kick, it's fucking right hook.
As you walk into it, you pressure too much.
I mean, but it was also, I mean, dude, that was also like, I mean, Salikov's just like reading, open, bang, like,
it was beautiful.
And I think Leal is, he has heavy hands for sure. So like, if he's got somebody on the back foot with strikes, he lets his defense down. And it's even in the reach and leg reach, height disadvantage that he'll be at against Chidi, I think favors Chidi, because Chidi, he can strike, back up, circle, and just wear this dude down. If he's smart, I think he throws kicks to the body. You know,
I see a lot of teeps coming, leg kicks.
Yeah.
That straight he has, his good jabs, his knees to the body as he's coming in. I worry about Chidi getting to a firefight early and winning those types of firefights, but gassing. I worry about that.
The key for Leal is to try to knock him out fast, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened to Chidi a lot when he was in middleweight. You know.
Well, he was never put out cold. Like the Olin Chaychek fight, he was able to land really nice stuff in the clinch, and then he just got tired. That weight cut's brutal on him. He's a big dude.
I hear you, and I mean, I think that the thing with Leal is like, you know, to go with the glass cannon. I mean, he lands a lot per minute, but he also absorbs 7.61 strikes per minute.
Yep. And Chidi does have power. It's the same argument with MVP. He has power. Just because he's not finishing people does not mean he's not good. That's an awful way to look at that.
And I think, you know, I think he sacrificed a little bit of power being a welterweight.
Yep.
But I mean, Leal. I mean, look at Carlos Leal, and it's like, okay, this dude can easily fight. You know, he can fight maybe at 205 even, let alone.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, there's a bit of a sacrifice on both ends.
I'm hoping this is, if any fight on here, I can see Chidi get just a big knockout. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
be so sick.
I mean, you know, I think that would come from, I mean, he strikes and you know, without even realizing, you know, he has the power on the strike, puts Leal on the ground, and then just goes in for the fucking kill.
Yep. I mean, he did finish. I know it's a little tainted now, but he did finish Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos, who I do like. He finished him with a knee, which is beautiful. Oh my goodness. So to finish that guy's not easy. So
dude, I don't like those enders, to be honest, dude. I had him losing to Chidi. I had him losing to Magny. You know, I think that guy just kind of throws wildly, and you know, I mean, he used to be really dangerous.
Yeah, he was really good at one point. Yeah, like the BSD fight, beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
And, you know, and yeah, it's like Chidi's coming off this loss to Jake Matthews, but that, you know, that's a submission to us. Like,
it's also Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is good. Inconsistent, but he's good.
For sure. And I think, like, you know, I don't see any grappling in this fight.
No.
No. Like, no, right? Yeah.
No.
All right.
This is one of those fights where we're going to get comments be like, you picked Chidi? How dare you? It's like, I didn't know he was going to grapple.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know?
You know, like, you know, I don't see any reason for it to have to during his skill set. But all right, cool. So we're both on Chidi. All right, next fight is Zachary Reese versus Michel Pereira.
Oh man.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. It's the same thing I talked about earlier with like Cornhole.
Yeah.
When you start to show me, and he's not even that old, but when you start to show me that you're having a hard time pulling the trigger on openings,
though. He's one of those like 30. I mean, he's 32. He's one of the guys in his early 30s where it's like, I mean, the dude's got wear and tear like he's 10 years older.
Yes. And I think with the guy like Zach Reese, which isn't great, but he has big power early.
Yeah.
I don't like that Michel Pereira is coming back so soon. It's only been 5 months, maybe 6, whatever. That's not enough time after you were KO'd.
Kyle.
Kyle
Dawkins,
oh my gosh. Dawkins,
you know, I'll be honest, turns out to be pretty good.
Yeah. I picked him to win that fight too.
Yeah,
people were like, no way. I was like,
I
way.
did too, because you know, I think you know, it's like I was saying before. It's like certain people get broken after a certain loss by domination.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, he went from doing a backflip onto Ihor Peteria's corpse to just getting through round after round, and then eventually finished by Fluffy. And then he was so hesitant in the Abus fight.
You
know, and you know, he wound up losing, and then fucking, you know, the Kyle Dawkins fight, he was just fucked. Like, you know.
Yeah. And like I was saying, the fucking Abu fight, that's my example. You're fighting Abu, who's good, but he's also trying to measure his distance and take his time now. He's not the same guy he used to be. And it's like both guys having a hard time pulling the trigger, but Abu is slightly more to win that fight. It's like, ooh, that's not a good sign. When you become like the Fluffy did the opposite of what it should have done.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I got to keep my distance. I got to measure my strikes. I got to keep my cardio. I don't want what happened happen again. It's like, oh, dude, you got to let your hands go. You have to let your hands go. Especially don't change the style.
Dude.
You're on a 7-fight win streak.
Yeah. So similar to, I was going to say, to Roman Coppola, bro.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck was he doing against Paulo Costa? And then, dude, it's like he was, every shot he landed on fucking RoboCop, like, I mean, dude, it's like, all right, dude, it's like, you gotta fucking stop biting on feints. You gotta stop being gun shy.
Yep.
But,
it's also, that fight's weird because I picked Paulo to win. The reason why I picked Paulo to win was because when Roman fought Claudio, Roberio, I think his name is. Yeah, Roberio.
Yeah.
He dominated, but there was a moment where Claudio was able to blitz Roman and do really well. And I was like, ooh, if Paulo shows up and blitzes and uses a lot of pressure, he's going to beat Coppola because I picked Paulo. And I was like, that could happen. And then it did. It's exactly what happened. And I was like, oh, that's not good.
Dude,
that's not good.
I kept saying, I remember doing a fight companion for that, and I'm like, fuck this reeks of corruption. And not really, but it's just like, the fucking Coppola doing roads. Paulo Costa makes me sick for some reason. Yeah. But
I also think, I think early in that first round, Paulo hit him with a big shot and broke his nose, I believe. And then you're kind of messed up after that point.
Oh, yeah.
But he never made adjustments. He just tried to survive.
No, totally. And dude, and Costa's a guy that, I mean, I hate, and now he's going up to 205 to delay Mirzakhanov's title run,
Oh gosh.
Which I mean, he's gonna lose, but it's like let Mirzakhanov get up there.
Oh yeah. I forgot he's fighting him.
Yeah,
that's another interesting matchup.
I mean,
if Paulo kind of shows up, it could be interesting.
Dude, he bailed out of that Bruno Ferreira fight.
Which is weird to me.
Yeah, dude. With a bad camp, missing weight, I still had him beating Vettori, which he did. And Vettori beat Costa. I mean, MMA out the road. But anyway, dude, Zach. So Zach Reese to me is a guy that he's got a ceiling, but at the same time, dude, I mean, he, it's like the Jackson McVeigh fight was interesting because I mean, what it showed is that he's not. I mean, because it's the way he got slam KO'd by Brundage, trying to get an armbar or anything, okay, this guy should never try grappling again. But then he fucking, he pulled that off. I think that, he's got. You're right. He has power early, like the Julian Marquez fight for sure.
Yep.
I think that Jose Medina is the opposite of a glass cannon, kind of like Vettori almost. People just do bag work on him, but he doesn't get knocked out. So I mean, except unless you're fucking Ateba Gautier, and then different thing.
The crazy part is I think Jose could have kept going.
I mean,
I could think you could have kept going.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Asmat Bakoya was a guy I thought was headed for the rankings. He beat Zach Reese, but then he got finished by what's his name?
Dude, I don't know sometimes with MMA because that guy looked so bad on the Contender Series. People are like, right? I can't believe you picked him. Dude, he looked like shit both times we've seen him. He looked awful, so bad. Sorry that I didn't pick him.
Yeah, no, I know. I thought, like I said, I had Bakoya too. But, but then, I mean, Bulgari, Bakoya would beat Ryan Loder first. And Bulgari, he debuted against him. Well, actually,
and Ryan Loder's not good.
No, I mean, he's good enough to beat Valentin, but even worse.
Valentin put him in those positions. Who knows what he could have done if he didn't?
Dude, Valentin is just
oh my goodness!
Do you see the tear in his eyes against Gauthier? That was so bad, bro.
Yeah, he looked good on the Ultimate Fighter.
He looked okay, but
his power looked fun. I was like, he's weird, he's awkward.
I think tough is worse and worse now, and I think something like Road to UFC is under underwatched, underappreciated. You know, like
Yep.
you know, and Contender Series is.
I love the Contender Series.
I do too. I think that, you know, I'm so happy. You remember the finale where they had 6 fights because they gave the dude who was like a gym teacher who was like 4-0 in his like 30s.
Oh, yep.
I was so happy that he got finished in the last fight.
Yeah.
I so didn't need the whole like rags to riches gym teacher.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, leave that shit for Rich Franklin, please.
Yeah. I mean, they did all the press on that whole like, you know, on the whole like, oh, dude sleeping in gyms and everything. I mean, I think it fucked with Piper's head going into the Hernandez fight. You know?
Yes. Yes.
But like, I mean, he's getting his main event shot again against Izzy. That's a fucking. I love that they're doing that, dude. It's like that's one of those things where it's like.
I don't think Piper really deserves it, but I like the matchup.
Yeah, I do too. I think the difference between the Gastelum fight where he was stiff, just looking to land the right, you know, versus the submission he got right after, like showed.
Oh man.
You know, and I think Izzy's like, you know, the way that Izzy just got fucking trucked through by Mavov after.
I will mention, Izzy looked incredible in that first round against Imavov. Incredible.
Sure, man.
He was beating the shit out of him, and then he got tired.
My theory on him, because I thought he was at least up 2-1 against Dricus. Dricus was getting tired.
Yep. Also, he was injured because he wasn't kicking. That's a big thing with Izzy to kick.
For sure. I mean, you know, and then Izzy just got lazy and overconfident. He was standing a little bit too close to a guy.
Yep.
Like,
and he couldn't move. Yep.
Yeah. And Dricus just fucking just comes up out of like a phoenix and fucking sells.
Yeah. I actually picked Dricus by submission in that matchup. I just had a feeling that Dricus was going to be the first one to submit him.
Yeah, I mean, if he was going to win, he was going to be by sub for sure.
Yep.
I will say, sorry, Imavov did eye poke Izzy, and Izzy kept going after it happened. Again, I picked Imavov by KO, but Izzy looked so good in that first round. Then in the second, right before the finish, he gets eye poked, switches stances, and gets caught. But it is something to talk about because Imavov did the same shit against Pereira. He kept eye poking.
I also had Imavov by KO, but I picked the later rounds. You know,
yeah.
You know, looking at the Cannonier fight, which was an early stoppage, but still, you know. Like,
I don't know if it was an early stoppage. How many times can a referee watch Jared Cannonier flop around the octagon? He kept telling him, defend yourself, and he's going like this, falling everywhere. I just don't know how long you can keep that going, you know?
For sure. I mean, the whole thing is like, dude, like 60 more seconds and he would have been on the ground, you know, with the ref waving off instead of still on the feet. So
Sure. You know, I just don't think you have to be out cold for it to be like, all right, good stoppage, you know?
For sure. I mean, you know, like...
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, all right. So, I mean, Zachary's, dude, Michel Pereira has always been, you know, he used to fight at welterweight, always small for middleweight, you know, and it's like, the guy has a crazy amount. He's 31 and 14. He's a crazy, I'm terrible at math, but what is that, 45 professional fights?
Yep. This is 46th fight.
Yeah. Reese is a year younger with only 12, like he's 10 and 2, 12 professional fights. Just like, you know, like the way that Pereira is gun shy, you know, I doubt that he's gonna do any. You know, it's like Reese has the grappling to deal with like Pereira's limited grappling skill.
Oh gosh,
but
this fight could be real bad.
Yeah. No, on the feet, dude. I think Reese is like, you know, he's been on a streak a bit, and you know, they overturned the Serghei Dumas fight, which was no, they didn't overturn it. It was a no contest for the jump.
Yeah.
A little bit gay because, you know, Serghei Dumas just kind of, I felt he pulled like a soccer like thing where it's like dude, just like, you know, feigning.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, one thing with Reese though is like, guys who do get finished like Dusko Todorovic and you know, later saw Medina. You know, it's like he's beaten them but by decision, and the guy has power, but like I think his power kind of fades as he goes into a fight.
Yes, he does.
Like,
yes, it does.
But I'm still picking him because it's like that kind of doesn't matter. Like you saw with like a boost against Pereira. Like it's.
I bet you. I'm not actually bad, but I think the coaches of Zach Reese is gonna tell him, okay, this guy has had issues getting going, and he seems to be gun shy. Go at him early. Don't expend all your energy, but go try to get the finish early. Don't let him get started. Don't give him that opportunity. So we could see a first round finish by Zach Reese.
Yeah, I could see it too. I think that's actually probably what happens first or early second because I mean Dawkins did it in 43 seconds. And I mean Dawkins has power, but he's like he kinda has deceptive power, but he's not, he isn't flatlining everybody.
No. And again, that's an area where typically Michel Pereira is pretty good, and he just got caught with his hands down, circling away.
Yeah.
Something he doesn't typically do.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like a ghost of what he used to be after.
Oh, yeah. All
right, bet. So we're both on Zach Reese. All right, next fight is Jacobe Smith versus Josiah Harrell. Let me just say, Harrell is, like, I get the whole, like, I mean, this nickname's Muscle Hamster, which is telling, this dude is 5'7" with a 67-inch reach at welterweight. He's basically flyweight size or bantamweight, at most.
Yeah.
And it's like they're both 11-0, but like this dude Harrell, man, it's like I'm trying to figure out like what is because it's like I watched his one LFA fight, right?
Yeah.
I mean that's that's his that's his biggest third round ground strike win over Mike Roberts, who was a 9-7 opponent going in, right?
Yep.
He got a knockout on Cage Fury Fight Club, right? And then before that, bro, it's all fucking regional, And then before that, amateur. I mean, and yeah, the dude's got like an armbar, rear naked choke. He's got some knockouts for sure. But this Ohio Combat League that he's mainly fought in, that he's like a champion in. I mean, you're fighting guys that are just like 2 9-4 opponents. This dude, his last win was over a guy who's now 10-5. Who just kind of sucks. Who had been triangle choked by Jean Paul actually right before that.
Yep.
And yeah, man. I mean, I think I still think Harrell is that good. I mean, it's like he got this. Did have this one other LFA fight where it was like the eventual corner stoppage. Over a guy like. I mean, it's just his the quality of opponents has just like been lacking, except for a few good ones, and like that. I mean, and good is like you take that with a grain of salt. Jacobe Smith, man, like. I mean, that debut against Preston Parsons was sick. His Contender Series fight was sick. And people say he should have finished Nico Price earlier, but it's like, bro, I mean, he choked him out in the second round. I mean, I thought he won the first too.
Well, he won the first round, but he looked like garbage in that second round. He looked tired as all get out.
I mean, true, but then,
he looked really bad in the second round.
I mean, okay, sure, but like, I mean, at the very least, he was aware of that and still got a sub.
Sure. Yeah. I like Josiah in this one. I think his grappling and his strength against Jacobe Smith. The issue I have with Jacobe Smith, which I do like, Preston Parsons, not a striker, he's a wrestler. Very awesome knockout, but that's what he is. Nico Price, he should have finished early because he looked great in the first round. Hurt him a bunch of times. Couldn't finish him, and then submits him in the second after he was already tied. Both guys ended up being tied. With Josiah, who doesn't have a lot of tread, maybe hasn't fought the best guys, but the one thing he's always done well in his matchups is his takedowns. He has good takedowns, he has good top control, and he doesn't take a ton of chances, but he has good submissions when he goes for them. I really, really like Josiah getting takedowns and starting to wear down Jacobe Smith. So I have Josiah actually to win this matchup.
Interesting.
He doesn't get hit a lot. Josiah doesn't get hit a ton.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, Jacobe Smith's got a 7.42 takedown average. Takedown defense is 100%, but that's the UFC stats basing it off 2 or 3 fights. I guess contenders.
He was scrambling around with Nico Price on the ground. He was scrambling.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, he did gas a little bit.
He gassed pretty hard.
He lands a lot though, and he,
Yep. Which is why I think Josiah is going to go in for takedowns. I don't think he's going to entertain that striking. I think he's going to make it a grappling match.
Okay. I mean, yeah, and his grappling is not to be ignored for sure. I think that, I mean, you don't think Jacobe Smith's going to be able to stuff those though?
I mean, sure. I don't think Josiah's going to get one and be done. Get him right down and control him the whole time. I think he's going to chain wrestle, get him against the cage, control him a little bit, have to go through some striking, obviously, but I think his takedowns are going to win him rounds, and then potentially a later submission when he has him tired. But I have him winning probably 2-1, Josiah.
I'm seeing this in my head as you're saying it, and it's like, fuck, it should happen.
I don't like how bad he gassed out in that last one. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and this is me doing what I did with the Pimlet fight and with the Diego Lopez fight, being like, okay, well, he's got to be working on it. He's got to be doing like wind sprints uphill, organized cardio. It's like, I mean, sometimes, people just don't do what they're supposed to. I mean, that's a bold take, man.
I know.
But it does make sense. I gotta disagree.
I get it. I would not be surprised at all if Jacobe Smith had won early in the first. I don't think he wins finish wise second or third round.
What do you make of the brain surgery angle? Because it's like, to me, it's like, fuck, dude. Like, I mean, just had brain surgery.
I honestly, obviously, I think it's better for him that he didn't fight when he was 6 or 7-0. I think it's better that he got more experience. But that shit is scary, very scary.
I mean, then again, it's like his camp's cool with that being out there, whereas for example, Fluffy won't even disclose the nature of his injury. So it's so it's like that could be one of those red herring type things.
Well, I think with Fluffy is he's much more obviously well known, and I think fighters will take those and be like, all right, let's go to the body, because we've seen him be hurt against the body, even when he's won. Yeah.
We'll get to that. But okay, so I'm on Jacobe Smith, you're on Josiah Harrell. Interesting. All right, so we got 2 disagreements so far. Next fight, I'm looking forward to this because I thought, dude, Delija got robbed in his last fight. So Serghei Spivac versus Ante Delija.
This fucking fight, man.
I think it's gonna be a first knockout for Delija. Almost
should be. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. My opinion on that fucking Waldo thing is like this. Whether it's an eye poke is not an argument. Sure, it's an eye poke. The problem is clearly the referee waves the fight
off. Adrenaline's not a real thing. It's a very real thing.
Yep.
Right? And and it's like this dude.
You should never be allowed to restart a fight after you've waved it off. It should be a no contest. That's it. You cannot.
It's like Waldo keeps getting gifts, man. Yeah.
I like Waldo. I'm really impressed with the fact that he's always fighting. I love that shit. But that's a no contest. It's a no contest.
Mm-hmm.
You can't restart a fight because he got poked. Okay, you stopped the fight. You didn't stop the eye poke.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
Yeah. It's a favorability thing too, because you remember when Weidman blinded Bruno Silva and they made it, and they're like, okay, here's how we'll deal with this. We're still gonna give Weidman a win because he's a dog.
Oh man.
Decision. It's like, the fuck is that shit?
Well,
improvising rules on it.
I don't mean for this to keep going for fucking ever, but it's like this whole thing with Tom Aspinall. We've seen so many recently, so many more worse eye pokes, and they're still like Waldo got eye poked, knocked out and then fights 2 times after that. I mean, fucking Bruno Silva got double eye poked. He kept going. So it's just like, I don't get. Oh, did you see the video of him kicking a soccer ball after the surgery and all this stuff? Did you see this bullshit? I was like, Tom Aspinall, what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, what's gonna make that all that shit not matter or significant is whether or not, I mean, you're talking about late April, early May, you know, with the surgeries, like the nature of the surgeries, he's projected to be able to, you know, come back, like maybe late May, right?
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's like, you know, if he's not fighting Cyril Gane before June, you know, or, you know, then it's. Well,
you know the rumors, correct? With Tom Aspinall? Well, the rumor is apparently because he had surgery for the damaged thing in his eye, which is a real thing, the tendon that's there. The rumor is that he got LASIK, and that's why his eyes were bloodshot like they were.
See, what's weird is like why, you know, I mean, Dana White's just a pathological liar at this point. Like, I mean, for example, like Mickey Mays, who I do know, he recently claimed to not know Mickey Mays, and there's footage of them together, you know, like family and shit.
I don't know how many times Dana met him, so he could have just forgot. He's a busy guy. But
they both play in the same high limit room at the Aria. Like,
okay.
Private tables. They've had correspondence, like, you know, the guys. So it's like when he's saying that like Aspinall just got injections versus invasive surgery, it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why? You know?
Yeah. Well, and again, a bunch of people online are saying that that's not the surgery he said it was. That's LASIK. It's not even the same thing. And then there's a video of him going around kicking a soccer ball. Apparently, after he said he can't see, he can't do this thing, and this thing. Is like,
I've heard the argument that that's one of those things that like it's one of those like almost like physical therapy, like coordination exercises for his eyes, actually, you know, post surgery. So it's like, you know, you hear shit all over the place. It's like, you know, we have yet to be like
I don't know,
like a sports, you know, a sports scientist or like an expert like oculist weigh in on the shit. Until then, it's all fucking, you know.
The one thing I will say, and I'm sorry to keep going, is I think if Tom was winning that fight, I think Tom continues, and this is never a thing. I think if he's beating Cyril Gane,
I mean, it was 35 seconds left in the round.
Yeah. If he's winning, because I didn't think the momentum was on Tom. I thought if he's winning, though,
Gane won the first round for sure.
And he had them all bloody and all this stuff. But if it's the other way around, and he maybe feels like he could finish Gane, that eye poke doesn't stop him. He goes back there maybe and wipes a little bit off, keeps going.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Bro, those eye pokes were. I mean, if you look at the shit.
The problem is he gets poked in the eyes, and the worst one was this eye. His finger was like halfway in, but he complains about this one. And it's like, dude you're not even complaining about the worst fucking eye poke.
Sure, I mean, I hear that, but it's like
that's the issue.
Like, dude, your eyes are weird, man. Like, you know, and it's like, you know, it's like something that's, you know, a more serious injury. I mean, when both eyes are like, when your brain is consumed with pain, like, you know, it's like the source of it isn't necessary. Yeah.
Well, and again, as soon as it happened, Tom was like, I can't see. And he knows that that's the word that they're going to stop the fight. But Waldo gets poked, takes a little bit of time, and then keeps going. Rowe's not gets poked in the eye, has to have surgery, keeps fighting. Bruno Silva gets poked, double eye poked, keeps going.
I mean, Bruno Silva,
how many times have we seen it? Keeps happening.
Stretched it out after the fight with Pereira, though, after that. I mean, you could argue that Biden fucked his career. I mean,
it definitely happened, yes. Correct.
But, anyway, though, like...
Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. I'm happy to talk about the story. Like, okay, so the thing with Spivac, dude, it's like, I had him in the rematch against Pereira, which, like, you know, just because he dropped a bunch of weight for that fight, actually.
Yes, he did.
The thing is, like, I mean, Delija is, I mean, he's 4 years older. He's light for a heavyweight, you know.
Yep. Big power, very fast.
Yeah, very fast. Like, you know, definite power. I mean, they're the same height with the same reach, but like, you know, I mean, it's like Spivac, you know, Spivac has grappling in his back pocket, I guess, but dude, dude's trash on the feet. he looked injured against Waldo because he had his guard up without attempting anything.
Yeah, I think maybe it was against Waldo. I thought his striking actually looked more improved against Waldo.
I mean, sure. I mean, he just.
But again, I think if the fight goes past the first, I think Spivac could grapple him. I don't really know how his takedown is. I know he's been taken down like PFL and stuff like that. That stuff's weird to me because the fighter level, and all that. But man, this one's weird to me. This fight's dangerous.
Yeah, he's. I mean, he lost. I'm talking about Delija. He lost to Valentin Moldavsky. PFL.
And Bruno, correct?
And who? Sorry.
And Bruno Capilarzi, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that was a while. That was in 2021. Bruno Capilarzi.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a decision. And that was a closer fight. You know, he lost him twice actually. The first time he got knocked out fast.
Yep.
Yeah, what's weird about Ante Delija is he was supposed to debut in the UFC in 2020 against Serghei, and that fight was canceled.
Whoa.
Yeah, that fight was canceled, and he stayed in the PFL for fucking.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
For 4 more years. So they were trying to bring this guy on for a while.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, his last fight in the PFL again was supposed to be against Nemkov, and that got canceled too. And then and then he fought in FNC, which is a regional promotion that is like it's getting better. Like he had one fight there, first round knockout win, and then they debuted him and he signed and debuted him against Pereira, which I mean that's a hard debut. I mean
it's a perfect debut for a guy like Ante. Perfect.
No, for sure. I mean, look at what he did with it,
Yep.
I mean, just like Pereira is nobody's fool, dude. He fucking I mean, look what he did to Renata Denise,
I was ecstatic when that happened. Oh gosh, I was so ecstatic.
Yeah,
I had so many people saying that Denise would be the next big guy and he'd be champion.
Yeah,
I was like, please stop, please.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was too. I thought the Waldo fight pissed me off, dude. But
Yep. Pissed me off. I was live for it, and I was like, I'm not complaining about the eye poke. I'm not complaining about it being no contest. You cannot restart a fight when you've stopped it. You can't do that.
No, 100%.
Man, I was so mad.
Dude, I was like, how many more supernatural ways can fucking Waldo be gifted shit? But anyway, so all right, so we're both on Ante Delija. I say not knockout.
I agree.
As well. All right, next fights. I like this fight a lot. Danny Ye versus Melquizael Costa. I think that Costa. I mean, so on the same card, Costa and Kevin Vallejos both went by knockout. Vallejos is getting fast tracks, but he got Giga, who's a ranked opponent. Granted, barely, but still, knocked out Giga, who no one had ever done that before. Costa had a sick head kick knockout though.
Oh, it was beautiful.
The fact that they're giving him, a ranked opponent makes sense to me. I think so. Danny Ye, bro, it's like Danny Ye's good, right? Never been finished. I thought though. I think that Danny Ye, he makes it competitive with everyone he fights, but he loses to guys that aren't even necessarily elite. Like lost to Bryce Mitchell, lost to Josh Emmett back when Emmett was probably arguably a lot better. Lost to Cater when Cater was still good. Lost to Evloev, who I think Evloev was really good. He lost to Diego Lopez. That fight was on like less than a day's notice. It was like 4 hours notice. The Lerone Murphy fight, man. Like I was like,
he hurt Lerone.
Yeah, no, I had locked to Lerone. I was nervous, but and the Sean Woodson knockout was great.
That's an early stoppage. That's an early stoppage.
Sure, I just think that it's the thing about certain early stoppages is like, where was this going otherwise? You know what I mean?
I thought Sean was on his way to win. He was winning up until that moment. And
I don't remember the fight, but it was just that it was I mean the fact he put him on the ground and he was striking and that you're right, it wasn't an early stoppage.
Yeah.
I just think it would have wound up in a ground pound.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I just thought you give a guy that's up 2.5 rounds, you give him a chance to come back, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Andre Feely knockout was sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
Mitchell loss, though, was like,
I thought there's an argument that Dan could have won that fight.
I mean, it seemed...
I thought it was much closer than what the judges even made it out to be.
For sure. I mean, did they... I mean, 29-28, no? I can't remember. I just remember Price being a step ahead,
Fair.
And there's a couple of fights that got canceled that would have been interesting. Chepe Mariscal, Joe Anderson, Brito, but the Pitbull loss was abominable to me,
That's the fight where I'm like, that's it. That's it for any guy. I love Pitbull. I'm a big Pitbull guy. He's 38 years old.
Dude, I'm not because as in I'm not. It's these last generation Bellator guys, aside from MVP and Alibi, right? They're all, each one's been worse than the last. Fucking Pico, and
Pico was having good moments against Lerone. He was doing good stuff until he got caught.
Yeah, but for a guy who people argue is a point fighter, Lerone just fucking, he took the opportunity for a finish.
Yep, he definitely did.
And I think, dude, it's like Dan Ige, it's like when I say Extreme Couture is hit or miss, it's like you are, coming out of there and being, a dominant fight. It's like so many guys have passed through there. Chimaev's passed through there, Ankalaev, it's like, I think, and Strickland is mainly out of there. I think that they have, it's like, if somebody's potential, is what it is, it's of a certain level. Extreme Couture is a gym where it's like, it accentuates somebody like that, but it can't, you can only take somebody who's fundamentally, at whatever tier and make them,
Oh yeah.
And Costa is just like, he's gotten to a level where, so he lost to Steve Garcia, he'd been in the UFC.
No shame.
No, no shame in that. And his debut was against Thiago Moises, and he did a naked choke. But it's like, somebody's debut fight, bro. How many people, Pavlovich got knocked out in his debut, Merab lost his debut, I think.
Against Ricky Simone, I believe.
Yeah, against Simone, and Islam lost, early on. You got, it's like it's almost, you look at it like a rite of passage.
He's a totally different fighter.
Right. Carlos Olberg's another one, lost to Kenny. And and since then though, it's like rear naked choke, guillotined Andre Feely. He had kind of a war with Julian Erosa, who is actually deceptively good, I think. Before that, Christian Rodriguez. The head kick on Charrier was fire, bro.
Yeah. In the big problem for me in this matchup for Ige is I didn't like how he reacted to getting hit by Pitbull. Again, I like Pitbull, but he's not the same fighter that he used to be, and he legitimately almost finished Dan Ige. And I don't like him fighting Costa this soon after that. And I just think it's Costa's time. I think his run starts now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think, and I think it's like if they're fast tracking Kevin Vallejos, it's like you gotta look at Costa in the same division on the streak he's on. And they are. That's why they're doing 10 EA. And on EA's end, it's like, dude, you're 19 and 10. Like that's almost.
I think he's also 1-4 in his last 5.
That's right. Or 1-3.
1-3. Okay.
2 and 3 last 5. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
It's Costa's 5-0. So
Yeah.
And
and he's so well rounded.
Yeah, he really is, man. He's like, his grappling's good. Obviously that head kick, bro. Is like,
his striking seems to be coming into his own. That's what it seems like. Morgan's
not a
good.
bad striker.
Now he's good. I do think the Nathaniel Wood fight kinda exposed Charrier a lot.
Sure.
But Costa shut him out with under 2 minutes. It was quick.
Yeah, 1:13. Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, both of us are on Costa. EA's best days are behind him, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Co-main event. MMA now. Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic.
I like Uros Medic. I don't trust Jeff Neal. To me, again, he seems a little gun shy. I know he looked pretty good against RDA, but we didn't really get an actual result. RDA got hurt. He didn't look really good against Carlos Prates. He had good pressure, but didn't do too much.
Well, yeah.
I don't trust it. I like Medic. At least I can expect Medic to go at him and throw punches. I can expect that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now he did that against Puna, though, and I mean,
sure. Well, he didn't do that. That's the thing. He backed up a lot, didn't throw a ton, and got caught. That's really what it was.
I mean, the thing is, like, so Muslim Salikov, he beat first round knockout in his last fight, right? And it's, you think about that, and it's like Salikov,
long strikes.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Salikov had just knocked out Carlos Leal. The thing about that fight, though, is like, Salikov's 42. It's bound to happen soon, right?
He had been knocked out by Randy Brown, and then he knocked out Carlos Leal, and then he's been knocked out by Medic.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing though with Medic is like before that, he knocked out Gilbert Urbina, who's got a glass fucking jaw.
Agreed.
And
agreed. He knocked out Tim Means as well, which really sucked. I love Tim Means.
Tim Means. I mean, motherfucker hung in there for a while, but
yes, he did.
Got neck cranked, and subbed by Orobai.
By Orobai, which was a short notice. I don't think originally it was supposed to be Medic. It was supposed to be Orobai. It was supposed to be someone else. That was Orobai's debut.
Yeah, his losses are pretty respectable. Jalen Turner being the other one. But he knocked out Semmelsberger, Omar Miraz. I mean, he's
And Semmelsberger won, he was losing badly.
Yeah, no.
He came back and won.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Fucking mullet-headed Semmelsberger, dude. I like that they call him the doctor.
Yeah.
So, my argument for Jeff Neal, right, is, Carlos Prates is an elite fucking guy.
Right? I agree.
Forward pressure Carlos Prates, you're going to get knocked out.
Sure.
Most, right?
Sure.
I mean, RDA was fucked, injured or not. Ian Gary, bro, Ian Gary's a guy. The reason that Ian Gary makes me sick, aside from his obviously, sort of calculated, taunting and face-offs and shit. Now, it's I don't mind point fighters, bro. I really don't. The thing with Ian Gary is he's such a fucking point fighter. You can tell he's counting significant strikes in his head. When he beat Jeff Neal, it was it's the dude is basically circling out, backing off, just trying to land more each round. And it was
I think also the big issue, I think we have to talk about it, is the problem with that loss for Jeff against Gary is it's stand-up. It's only stand-up. Jeff Neal with pressure, with his boxing style, because he's a good boxer, that's your chance. I understand the movement of Gary. He has good game plans. He follows them very well. I like it. But he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
So go put your combinations together.
Right. Yeah.
And he didn't pull the trigger. That's another one where he never pulled the trigger.
Yeah,
and it cost him.
Such a close fight. It's probably super frustrating getting tagged and then, having the dude be just out of range. I mean,
he never cut the octagon off. He kept following Gary. He never throwing combinations. That's the issue. He kept throwing one at a time or looking for a big shot. And he himself knows this. He's a big power combination guy. He doesn't do that. So then he didn't win. He didn't come close to winning.
I mean, yeah. True. I mean, it was a split decision. I mean,
It wasn't. It wasn't actually a split decision.
I know, man.
That stuff's weird sometimes.
He took a round for sure, but you're right. It shouldn't have been split. I think, dude, the Shavkat fight though, dude, before that fight.
Boy.
So he missed weight and he had surgery. And he still Shavkat Rachmanov had never seen a third round. That fight. I mean, that's
it was a perfect dance partner for Shavkat. But you watch that fight, and then you watch Neal fight Gary, and it's like you're not even throwing. that's my problem. That's my problem.
I think Neal does still have somewhat deceptive speed when he's on the hunt. You know,
if he's moving forward, if he's moving backwards, he's nullified.
Exactly. I mean, when he beat Bilal, you know, that was. I mean, if you remember,
he beat the piss out of Bilal, and it's all him moving forward. Yeah, it's him moving forward. Combinations.
The Perry fight, he was fighting like super hit and run, like he was in and out, and you know.
Yep.
And,
moving forward, cutting the angle. Yep. But again, he also knows Mike Perry will be there to be hit. Same thing with Bilal. He will be there to be hit.
And that's kind of my point, though, with, you know, against a guy like Uros Medic, it's like they have somewhat of a similar style. Just Jeff Neal, like, you know, has, you know, he's stylistically, he's fought that way for a long time. I think that, you know, in terms of, and he's not a guy that gets, I mean, unless you're Carlos Prates, bro, like, you're not knocking Jeff Neal out, like, you know, or popping him. You know, like the, you know, the shot that Medic hit Salikov with, that might wobble Jeff Neal, but like, you know, like that's the thing. It's like, you know.
Well, Nico Price had him on rollerblades when they fought. He had him skating all over that octagon. I will say the biggest difference for me is how long the strikes are from Medic. He has weird power. And Jeff Neal just got KO'd, 5 months ago? That's a quick turnaround when you know you're getting into a car crash with Medic. You know it.
Sure. I mean, I think that, you know, Jeff Neal, you know, I think he, like, you know, it's one of those fights where it's like he's fighting a guy that, you know, he can use a first round to make reads. And you know, and then I think he turns it up late. You know, I think he knocks him out probably in the third, dude. Because, you know, I mean, when has Uros Medic ever really? I mean, I don't think he's won a single decision. You know, it's like when has shit gotten into the later rounds with him? You know, really, I think it's late. You know, what 3 minutes 5 seconds into the second is the longest he's gone. You know, without finishing his opponent. You know, or getting finished, like with Orlbai. And he was getting fucking rocked by Orlbai on the feet, too.
Orlbai has some weird power. You watch that Matthias Rebecki fight?
Bro, that dude's, and he knows Genghis Khan is buried. That dude was like,
I don't know how he didn't get finished in that Rebecki fight. I don't know how.
Rose from the dead at that. Dude, that guy, it's like, you know, that's one of the greatest fights.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I mean, you know, I just don't think, you know, Uros Medic he's, you know, I mean, Jeff Neal's a guy that's, you know, I mean, he's a veteran, but it's like, yeah, you know, in August he got knocked out by Prates, but it's like, you know, he hasn't taken the level of damage.
I agree, he hasn't taken a ton of damage. But I don't like him not being able to pull the trigger with fighters he should be able to.
I hear you on that.
You know, I just don't like it. I don't have to worry, even if Medic loses. I don't have to worry about him pulling the trigger.
Sure. I think something that, I mean, I think the reach advantage for Neal is significant just because, like, you know, I mean, whether he's, you know, defensively striking or not, or Neal decides that he wants to just fucking take this guy out early.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that matters. You know, he absorbs a bit more strikes, but his defense is better. I mean, you know, and then, I mean, grappling wise, neither one. I mean, Neal has like one sub. It's like none. He's got way better takedown defense, but I don't think it's gonna go there.
No.
I mean,
nope.
I just think it's Neal's. I mean, Neal could lose. I think it's his. I mean, if he does, it's gonna be his fault. Like, I don't think Medic is gonna put anything together that we haven't already seen from him. You know?
Again, he has very long, deceptive strikes. Like the uppercut on Tim Means was disgusting. I know it's Tim Means, but still older Tim Means. The straight against Salikov was still beautifully placed. Urbina, not a good chin, but it's these individual strikes and the accuracy that I kind of worry about coming back right after a big knockout loss in August. Yeah, I like Neal. I if this was a couple fights ago, I would pick him 100%.
I mean, I hear you. I think that, I just think he's that, I don't think he's done, dude. I mean,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, in my mind,
that's fair.
You gotta be, it's not like a Benil Dariush or somebody's gotta be purged from the rankings type shit.
Yeah. That's fair.
There's always gonna be a ceiling on him, but all right, so we got 3 disagreements here on Euros management on Jeff Neal. We're gonna have 4 because I know we disagree on this main event. So let's get into this. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Hernandez. I know you have Hernandez.
Yep.
I'm taking Sean Strickland. I'll let you go first.
Well, I mean, I really like Hernandez in this one. For one, I'm kind of tired of the building up the press conference, a lot of shit talking about Strickland, and then he doesn't really perform. He throws a lot of punches in his matchups, but they kind of look a little ugly. They're a little weird. Also, the big thing is like the first DDP fight, he got taken down 6 times, and Dricus just got off of him. Just stood up, backed up, and let him get up.
Fight,
the first one? Yeah, I thought it was pretty close. I thought Strickland clearly won the first 2. I thought Dricus won the last 3, but it was very close.
I think I had one. I'm pretty sure I had 2 and 4 for Strickland, 1 and 5 for DDP, or the other way around.
I'm pretty sure Strickland shut the eye of Dricus in that first round from his jab. He looked incredible in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I might have that backwards. It might be 1 and whatever. But it was the 3rd round that was in question.
Yep. Yeah, and then I think I really like Hernandez. The name of the game for Hernandez is don't go in on a straight line. Use footwork, a lot of pressure, and make Strickland pay when he's out of position. That's what you have to do. You can't let him reward himself of consistently making these adjustments. Like he does his big overhand right against Dricus, and he's so out of position. Dricus doesn't really take advantage of it, so he's allowed to reset and regroup. Hernandez cannot allow him to do that.
It's hard to do when your eyes are watering from getting peppered with jabs, though.
Sure.
I mean, my argument is this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Strickland would have to, he would have to be terrible at 80% of what he's good at doing to lose this fight. Because
what is he good at doing? Because he doesn't have great takedown defense.
Stable. So like against Izzy, against Costa, it's like people act like, oh, it's a jab and a teep and it's just forward. People don't understand what forward pressure means.
Sure.
Like the way that Strickland tailors it to his opponent. You got a guy that is an elite kickboxer like Izzy, right? So what does he do? He totally makes it impossible for Izzy to fucking strike established range, and and he almost had him out in the first round, and then Izzy took the second, and then Strickland just dominated the rest.
I think that fight's a little closer. The commentary team made that fight seem like it was a domination. I thought it was closer. I thought Strickland clearly won 3-2. But I thought Izzy did a lot better than people gave him credit for after the knockout.
I just rewatched it, man, and I mean, Izzy won the second. He came back in the second. I thought he won that round. I couldn't score a single other round for him.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, the Paulo Costa fight, bro. That card.
That was bad. That was just bad.
3 fights that went to split decision that shouldn't have on that card.
Correct.
I mean, dude, one judge gave 4 rounds to Costa. He didn't win a single round, and the way
that doesn't make any sense. He didn't do anything the whole fight. He backed up,
and he couldn't because Strickland tailored his approach to that fight, knowing that Costa's at a significant reach disadvantage. All right, and like his boxing and his feints are a huge part of his, how he fights. Right, Strickland's marching forward with front kicks. Right.
Yeah.
And high ones to the body. Like, totally, the Costa's got no ability to strike. He's on the back foot the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think how he handles Hernandez is definitely some calf kicks, but a lot of boxing, because Hernandez's defensive striking and striking overall, dude, is not.
I don't think Sean has the power enough to stop Hernandez. Just keep going with his own combinations. I think they're going to strike together, and I think the volume to the body and to the head is going to start to wear down Strickland. And I think Hernandez, I could see it going to a decision, but I think Hernandez gets him out of there late and just beats him up, and it's a consistent beating.
Bro, I mean, dude, Hernandez, once again, I mean, striking wise,
it's the volume for me. Even if the technique's not good, it's the volume, it's the pressure. Sure, Sean's good at throwing the teep and all these good things, but those guys are walking in on a straight line. Hernandez doesn't do that. So it's easier to do that,
It's I just think, it's like Strickland just won't, he's in your face. He's hitting you with jabs. He's backing you up, and then it's like he'll close the cage off too.
I think Hernandez is willing to eat shots from Strickland. Strickland doesn't finish anybody. He finished Abu because he got tired. He finishes Brandon Allen because Brandon Allen is boo-boo, and he doesn't finish anybody.
People say that, and I mean, he turned it up in the 5th round against Costa. He was winning
Costa's a sitting duck. He's doing nothing for.
Well,
he has no urgency, so of course he is.
It's like the thing is Strickland doesn't allow his opponents to make it their fight. Even Dreykus. I think
Dreykus beat the fuck out of him in the second fight.
Yeah,
he had
staph infection, and even more so the medication.
Pull out of the fight then. If you have staph.
I thought he should have pulled out too. But what I'm saying is the medication for the staph infection fucks the equilibrium even more.
Yep.
And
Luke Rockhold said the same thing. Kevin Lee said the same thing.
Sure. But but also it's Strickland didn't get finished. I mean that's the. I think there's
for
me there's Strickland.
He's tough for sure.
There's him before Alex Pereira and after Alex Pereira before he fought.
100% agree. Yes. I do think this. I think if Dreykus actually wanted to grapple with Strickland, he finishes them. He took him down 6 times without issue and just got out of there.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference with Hernandez. He will go for those things.
Yeah, it's just I think that Hernandez shooting on him is gonna be more panic shooting, because he's gonna try and strike and he's gonna get backed up. And for Hernandez, it's if he's not taking somebody, sure, it's he's subbed some people that are just lesser fighters, we're just center octagon, but I think that if you don't take Strickland down against the cage, especially if you're fluffy, Strickland's gonna get right back to his feet.
Sure. Sure. But that's why I think Hernandez's game plan is pressure. Don't let Strickland get on the front lead foot, pressuring him. But I think it's going to be volume. It's going to be not moving in on a straight line, because that's where Strickland does good work with all of his kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
You watch a lot of Strickland's fights when guys are closer to him. He seems to wing his punches. He doesn't stay technically great with his jab. And he does better with guys that move in on a straight line than guys that move side to side. Side to side guys give him hard times.
I think that with Izzy, for example, right? He made that a pocket fight, and Izzy was fucked.
Well, Izzy's not great in the pocket. Izzy's good when he can create his distance and create his separation with his kicks. He never allowed Izzy to get going, and then Izzy moved on a straight line.
For sure. But I think, my argument is that basically Strickland, and people personality wise and otherwise, which I hate to ever bring into into breaking down an actual fight, but it's Strickland's deceptively intelligent. And,
100%.
People laugh when I say that, but it's really true.
No, he is.
And I think that he's a guy that watches tape, and he's a guy that tailors his game plan. It's he's got the same fundamental strategy, but it's tailored to a specific opponent, right?
Yeah.
So it's I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna have his back to the cage at all, even if it means moving in on Fluffy and. Strickland's a guy. He's so good at not telegraphing strikes. He's so good at watching the shoulders of an opponent and knowing what's coming, that he's learned how to do like an anti, like that.
Yeah. He's very awkward, but all these good things that you're talking about is against fighters that don't have great movement besides Dricus in the last fight. I think there's areas where Strickland can succeed in him. It's kind of who's moving forward, who's controlling the action. If Strickland's moving forward, he's probably leading. If Hernandez is moving forward, Hernandez is winning. I just think as the fight goes, Hernandez isn't gonna slow down. Strickland will, even if it's not a ton. I think Hernandez will get Strickland to slow down with the body shots, with the leg kicks. Not a ton of leg kicks because he doesn't really do that, but body shots and just the consistent not letting him breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And because Strickland's technically with his boxing is not good. His jab's pretty good, but Dricus, someone who is just kind of like a marauder, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of got Strickland away from that style. And I think Hernandez can do it even better.
He had to eat jab. Like, you talk about the first fight. It's like he had to. I mean, dude, he looked like a fucking raccoon at the.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I thought Strickland was I was like, oh, this is going to be a domination. And then Dricus came back.
Sure.
He just rose.
And I mean, dude, until Josiah fought Dricus, though, dude, like, who else had come? Who else had arguably beaten him? But I mean, like I said, I thought he won. But I mean, dude, it's like, I mean, he subbed Izzy. He trucked through Whitaker TKO. Like.
Yes.
And
yes.
And, before and Strickland beat Izzy first, right? Like, I mean, I mean,
I thought more impressive. I mean. Strickland was probably more impressive beating Izzy.
I think so too, because it was Strickland in control versus, like, in the Dricus fight, I thought Izzy made the one mistake he made, which left him open, and he was winning the fight up to then. Yeah. The
Izzy Strickland fight's weird because it was just like Izzy never got out of second gear. He was always on his back foot, and we've seen Izzy struggle with on his back foot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, the second round was definitely Izzy's. And, like, and it's like, I think Strickland, I mean, Strickland and Nixick have a decent, like, I mean, I know there was that whole thing where, like, they got in, like, something falling out with the, shit's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have this, like, symbiotic type of thing where Strickland, Nixick is he's very dialed into, like, what specifically needs to happen. I mean, I remember him saying in the Dricus fight, we need this round, and I thought he definitely won the fit. Like, I mean, Strickland's a guy that, like, doesn't, it's like, you see these fighters where it's like their corners just lie to them and tell them they're up, and it's just like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yep. I hate that. Always tell your fighter you're down. Mm-hmm. It's close. I don't know. It's close.
Sure. Yeah.
I would never tell my fighter, you're up 2 rounds. You're up 4 rounds. No.
Never.
It's close. Stay smart and go get them. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, dude, the thing with Fluffy, man, is that, he's, it's like it's like how far back do you want to go, right? He debuted and lost by Anaconda choke to Marcus Perez. Then Anaconda choked Park, which is definitely good. Kevin Holland's the last one to beat him. And he beat him fast. Dude.
Yep.
But,
knee to the body. Yep.
Yeah. And then, Rodolfo Vieira, he guillotined. He had
comeback too. He was getting beat up and then came back and won.
And he had a bunch of fights get canceled, including against Dricus. He took Josh Friend to a decision, which is, I mean, in retrospect, kind of pathetic.
He beat Josh Friend up in that fight. It doesn't justify how good he did do in that matchup.
No, for sure. Arm triangle Mark Andre Barrio, ground and pound from takedowns on Shabazian, rear naked choke on Kopylov, and that was before Kopylov, like, had his balls removed.
I actually picked Kopylov in that fight because of the body work that Kopylov does, and Hernandez got hurt to the body. He did get hurt, and then he just swarmed him.
Yeah, no, and I mean, the Michel Pereira fight was, I mean, that was like.
Ooh, boy, I picked Pereira also in that matchup, just because of how explosive Pereira was.
I picked.
Yeah.
And
I picked him.
Yep. It was dicey because like Hernandez kind of snatched it, but then it was just truck.
Oh, he beat the shit out of him. Where they could have stopped that fight 2 rounds before they did.
Sure.
And he beat him up.
I think the Brendan Allen fight was a bit closer than people remember. But like I say about Brendan Allen, dude does not he doesn't give anybody a highlight reel.
Well, besides Sean Strickland.
Yeah. And I mean,
I thought Fluffy clearly beat him 2-1.
No,
he said he had a broken rib in that matchup. Hernandez did.
Sure.
I was actually pretty happy with that fight because I like seeing good scrambles against good grapplers. I like that stuff, and that was pretty fun. That's where Brandon Allen's good is his grappling. I think he's overrated, but I do think his grappling is good.
Well, I mean, I had him against RDR because RDR is just fragile and he's comfortable off his back, which is a mistake.
The problem with that matchup, I thought, was RDR. I mean, he looked great when he looked good, and then he got tired. And I was like, oh fuck. Because he took him down with ease. He mounted him with ease. And then I was like, okay.
I think I don't know if he prepared for Brandon Allen specifically.
He said he got sick. He said he had some type of virus. He talked about it on his channel. Because he had to go do a bunch of tests and all this stuff. So,
I mean, I thought, honestly, I thought that, like, he like, historically, I don't know if he watched any of his career and won. I mean, he wound up getting chased around divisions by Anatoly Malikin, but like before that, he, there were fights where it's like, come into my darts, let's see what happens, and you can't fucking do that against Brendan Allen.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and I don't think he even did that. Like, let's go to the guard. I think what happened was he got reversed. Remember, he got reversed. He got tired because when he was fresh, he was beating Brandon Allen up, and then he gassed out and lost.
And I think I think though some of that still is like, the amount of energy you expend in a 5-round fight early on, it's like, I don't think you have something in your back pocket or you're gonna get.
I mean, we just watched him go 5 rounds very well with Robert Whittaker. Maybe not great technique, but I mean, he literally won the 5th round, and that's what won him the fight.
Sure.
And
I mean, I thought Whittaker did a lot better than I thought he was going to do, to be honest.
God, Whittaker is a shell of his former self.
Yeah, I mean,
he just never evolved, and that's the biggest thing. He's still fighting like he did 5, 6, 7 years ago. He never evolved,
and it works against a guy like Paulo Costa. But
exactly, he looked great against Vettori. He was the first guy to hurt Vettori and kind of change his career. He looked really good against Marvin Vettori. He beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I mean, so did Allen recently though too. I mean, he broke his nose in the first round.
Oh gosh. Ooh.
That was a brutal assault. Vettori just won't be finished, but I mean,
he's something else, man. I'll tell you that. He had Bruno Ferreira on the edge of losing, and he was just like, "Nah, you can have it."
Dude, Ferreira. So I've been on Bruno Ferreira for a long time, and I think that
I think Gregory Rodriguez is gonna whoop him.
I don't think. Dude,
I think so. I think so.
Nothing.
I think the Marvin Vettori fight kind of showed it.
The Cannonier loss makes me think, there's not shit that makes me think that.
Well, Cannonier loss is weird too because he was dominating Cannonier, and then he got tired after dropping him 2 times in the first round.
Sure.
So it's a weird one to judge because.
No, totally. I just think Bruno Ferreira, he's one of the rare fighters that's like after losing by sub, right, has been to implement grappling in an offensive grappling in a dangerous way.
Yeah.
And striking the power on him too. Like
the power's great and the grappling's good, but he does gas out and he is very susceptible to like left straights. Like Vettori hurt him multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I said, it's like
the cardio's weird with Bruno.
Yeah,
the cardio's weird.
Going into the Vettori fight, and he still like I mean, people don't understand that like when a fighter misses weight, it's like it's
there's something.
It's because they had a rushed camp usually.
Yep.
And,
I agree.
So, the fact that he won that fight still,
I thought he was going. I did pick him to win. I did.
Yeah, me too. I liked him for a long time. But dude, Hernandez against Roman Delija was a fucking that was.
Dude, he beat the piss out of Delija.
Yeah, it was.
I was so happy that walk-off choke was. Dude, I was so hyped after that. I love shit like that.
It was so sick because I mean, you remember how close Imavov was, against the Elite. I mean, he barely beat
Yep.
him before he decision.
That was a fight that Imavov, he looked good when he kept hurting him, but then he gassed out. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, Imavov's gotten a lot better, but like,
Yep.
I mean, dude,
I think it's a confidence thing. I think he's letting his hands go, and his confidence is through the roof right now, and you can see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say, I thought the Cannonier fight with Imavov, I thought Cannonier had an awful game plan. Let's grapple with him. Let's clinch with him.
Game plans are irritating because it's like
that didn't make any sense.
I thought the third round that he won against MVP, he could have done that in the second round and won 29-28.
I think the only reason why he got there was because MVP slipped. I don't think it was an actual takedown. I think MVP slipped. Cannonier was never getting the takedown unless MVP made that mistake.
When his cardio wasn't, next to shot by the third, I mean, he should have wrestled so much earlier, I thought. But
I don't know if he could have got to him. I think he only got to him because MVP put himself in a bad position.
MVP is masterful with feints.
Dude, I people all the time, because he doesn't get finishes, whatever, but all the time, like someone on Twitter was telling me, I thought Cannonier won that fight. I was like, what are you watching? MVP clearly won the first two.
He won the third round. How the fuck do you score either the first round as the first?
Yeah. MVP's great.
Yeah, dude,
arguably, I thought the Gary MVP fight should have been a draw. I thought it should have been a draw.
I mean, the first.
All Gary did was take the back, and he just rode his back the whole time. The second round, MVP won. I thought it should have been a draw. I don't think either guy should have won.
I thought Gary did what he needed to do in the third to get the win. The first was clearly Gary. The second was clearly MVP.
Yeah.
But anyway, Strickland beating Imavov back when he did. And that's 3 years ago, sure. But dude, the Cannonier fight, split decision loss to for Strickland. It's like that fight you could score either way, to be honest. I went back and watched that. I watched a lot of Strickland's old fights. And he it's like he really made it his fight against Imavov. The Boost fight, dude, it's like I said, it was like Trevin Giles versus Protez, where it's like, yes, Boost did win the first round, but Strickland's just like, all right, dude, like hit me with everything you got. I'm gonna barely defend. It was like when Mario Pinto actually against fucking.
I hated that, dude. He got dropped. I loved it because he got dropped.
Dude, yeah,
he got dropped and he got hurt. I hate it.
So he acted like I was saying when we were doing Frankie's panel. I was like, it's like like an episode of Dragon Ball Z where it's like the dude who's more powerful just lets himself get hit, and he's like just comes back.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Yeah, I thought that was sick because he didn't see. It's like because then it's like when he fought Denise, it's like okay, this guy's not gonna let his opponent just empty the chamber just to prove something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, Lane wound up getting carried out on a stretcher, bro. Like,
But I do have to get off. It's just
we're
almost
good.
1 o'clock in the morning.
So what I'm saying is that Strickland basically he immobilizes Hernandez.
Okay.
And
that's fair.
I hear your argument. I just think that for Hernandez to win, it just relies on Strickland not being able to do some of his, some of what makes him talented. So it's like you're relying on Strickland just not showing up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Hernandez also is going to be a little faster. I think he's going to be a little faster.
It's an interesting take for sure. But so we got 4 disagreements. So this could be a draw.
I hope to at least get 2 of those.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. MMA Now 27.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Subscribe to his channel. Dude,
thank you.
Straightforward MMA talk. Thanks for doing it, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
We'll do it again.
Peace. Sure.